Alright, so how's it going, guys? My name is Ace Joker, and today, guys, welcome to a top 9 favorite DC comics on my channel. Today, I am not alone. I am here with Tony Got Away Safely and Chasetopher, two good friends of mine, and basically, we are here together to do this top 10, or top 9, sorry, favorite comics. Since this is a collaboration top 9, and it's a top 9, basically, since there are 3 people, me, Tony, and Chase, each of us get to choose 3 comics or storylines, and we are gonna be collabing to make this one big top 9 list. So the order it's gonna be going in is Chase, Tony, me. Then we're gonna be repeating that 2 or 3 times to make it a list of 9. Once again, this is all in our opinion, so if you guys do have a different list or do agree with our list, just leave it down in the comment section below. And as I just said, it's our opinion, so we are not stating any types of facts. We are just stating what we personally feel and what we think. So this is nothing factual and nothing that we are forcing on you guys. But without further ado, let's get on to this top 9.
Alright, now coming in at number 9 is Kingdom Come. It's a 4-part comic book mini-series set in the distant future. Now what I really like about Kingdom Come is it has a lot of great ideas that we don't see in many other DC comics. It has a very dark, brooding atmosphere. It shows the DC universe in a way we've really never seen it before, and it just really works. We see a line blurred between, hero and villain, and that's something that we don't see all that often, and it's something that I really like and I'd love to see more of. Superman in this comic is in hiding for a while, and the new heroes have to go find him to help them save the day, and I really like that. It's a interesting story arc. It's a different Superman we haven't seen, and it's a different DC. You've never seen DC like that. Even though it's kind of dark, it's never this dark. I love it. That's why it's number 9.
Alright, what's up, my N-words? Thank you, Seth, for having me and putting up with my bullshit. Anyway, my number 9 pick is gonna have to go to Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunters, released in 1987. Anyway, this is pretty much my very favorite version of Green Arrow. I love the costume they give him. He is way more realistic in this one. Oh my god, his mustache is really fucking hot by the fucking way. Also, in this comic, he's a lot more like Batman in the street level vigilante kind of way. And he's overall more realistic and, of course, a little more dark. Which is, in my opinion, the way a vigilante should be. Realistic and, well, terrifying. So yeah, that's why Longbow Hunters is my favorite Green Arrow comic book arc.
Alright, so in the 7th spot on this list, or 3rd spot in my personal list, we have Batman Year 1, referring to Batman's first year in his crime-fighting, kick-ass career type of thing. But basically, this comic is like one of my favorites just for like many reasons. This comic kind of gives you a perspective of Batman from a different point of view, or from a different time in his career, usually, the one that we know is when he's a bit aged, about 30 to 40 years old, or just a bit older, and where he has a sidekick, and he has a good relationship with Jim Gordon, and he has his name in Gotham. He's known, people know who he is, and he has a reputation. But this is just at the beginning of his career, as the title of the storyline says, Batman Year 1. So, this kind of just refers to how the first year in his crime-fighting career, how that goes. And it's really cool to see how he's the Batman in Year 1 is kind of the different Batman that we know and love when he's in his normal age, and then the one when he's a bit older. We know first he's a bit nicer and a bit nervous, and he's like still getting the hang of it in the Year 1 storyline, but the Batman that we know is kind of a bit he has a reputation in Gotham, and he knows what he's doing. He's not really new to the job, and that's kind of the Batman that we all love. And we don't really get to see the new Batman too much, and neither do we get to see the older Batman, like when he's in his when he's aged, when he's 60, 70, maybe early or late 50s. That's kind of the Batman where we see he's a bit more tough and brutal, and then he's not afraid to kill and use a gun and like kind of like attack in a harsh manner. But then I just love this kind of because of the art as well, just because of how they persuade Batman and how they how they approach Batman and his point of view.
Alright, so my number 6 pick may actually surprise some of you that know me a little bit better, but number 6 is the Judas Contract from Teen Titans. Now, I'm not the biggest Teen Titans fan, but I love, and I mean love, the Judas Contract. I reread it recently just to, get a fresh mind for this, and it is so good. Now, this happened shortly after Dick Grayson retires, even though he's still kind of Robin, but for the most part, he has retired, and it shows mainly the origin of Deathstroke, and I really like this comic. They do a lot of things. I don't want to spoil too much of it. It's really short, so even going like a tiny bit in depth will probably spoil a lot, but it's just really good. Like, really good. I mean, it's really good. Again, like I said, I'm not the biggest Teen Titans fan, so it actually surprised me that I liked it that much, but the art is so fucking incredible. The story is good. It's just one of the best comics, hands down. I have nothing else to say. If you haven't read the Judas Contract, please go out and do so. You will thank me later.
Hey, you know what I really like? I like zombies. I mean, I'm a huge Walking Dead fan myself, but you know what I like even more? Superhero zombies. Yep, that's pretty much what Blackest Night is. It's pretty much a Green Lantern comic in which superheroes that were once killed are pretty much back in the form of Black Lanterns, and oh my god, it is fantastic. I really do recommend it. It's super interesting, and really, it's super fucking emotional at certain parts. So yeah, Blackest Night's super great. I really recommend it, and by far my favorite Green Lantern comic arc. So yeah, that's it. Moving on.
Alright, so on the 4th spot on this list we have the JLA Volume 8 Divided We Fall issue or storyline. Basically, this kind of storyline talks about how after Batman, again we're going back to Batman, I'm sorry, but Batman is just, he's my favorite superhero and his storylines are just really kick-ass and amazing. But back to him, back to the JLA issue. In this storyline we see a kind of a perspective of the Justice League where Batman is not there. He is gone. He, with his betrayal or expulsion from the group, suddenly the team has become divided amongst themselves, and they're dealing with a bit of trust issues between all the members, such as Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, and Plastic Man, etc. And it's kind of like there's a big trust gap due to the reason that once Batman is gone, they don't know what they can do, because Batman has always been that kind of part of the Justice League where he kind of leads them. He's kind of their instructor. He kind of like, he holds the group together. He's like a lock to your chain. It's really weird, but then he kind of holds everything together, and then once he's gone, people don't know what to do. There's still a thing, but then there's just a big gap in their group, and it feels really weird, and they don't know how they're going to deal with it. So this kind of issue really tackles that point of view, and they kind of address how would the Justice League be better without Batman, what Batman had contributed and what Batman had to take away from it. And that's really cool because it's a bit different than what we usually see with them all together and just fighting alongside. So it's kind of just it's just kind of interesting to see why and what happens when Batman is gone.
Alright, so in number 3, contrary to my number 6 pick, actually won't surprise anyone. If you know me, you know I love it. The Killing Joke. It's my favorite DC comic book story arc. It's my favorite Batman comic book story arc. It's my favorite fucking story arc in general. I love it. I love The Killing Joke. I love the tone. I love the characters. I love the Batman. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's thick, man. He's hot. I would smash the hell out that like button down below if you know what I'm saying. But I love the Killing Joke. It's very, very dark, and that's something, like I said, if you know me, you know I like the darker comics. That's why I'm just gravitating towards, DC so much, because they're always darker, and I love it. It's just, it's so good. Again, it's one of those things that I can't really talk about it that much, and that sucks, because it's so easy to spoil it, but the comic is great. The animation, the animated series based off it is so good. It is so fucking good. It's incredible. I love the design of Batman too. If you haven't seen it, it's this much more brooding, realistic, down-to-earth Batman, and it's really what I imagine Batman as. This, hardened vigilante, veteran-style fighter, not this new guy. And they don't do that too much. I'll give DC credit. They almost never have, a new Batman who's, new to this, but it's the embodiment of what I love about Batman. It's not, hands down the best Batman comic, but it sure is my favorite. And it's my favorite DC comic, which is why it's my number 3 on the list.
The Flash, the fastest man alive. Holy shit, I fucking love the Scarlet Speedster. This guy is fucking amazing, and my favorite Flash comic is by far Flashpoint Paradox. Not only does it have a fantastic animated movie, which I really do recommend, but the art, the story, everything about Flashpoint is amazing. It's a tidbit confusing at times, but overall, I really did enjoy it. I definitely recommend it. It's got a bunch of cool characters in it. It's kind of emotional at times, and once again, the art is fucking gorgeous, and I am a big person that really likes to look into the art of the comics. This is beautiful. I recommend it. The dialogue, everything about it, it's fucking gorgeous. And once again, the animated feature, the animated film, the cartoon, the anime, the American anime, it's fucking gorgeous. I recommend it, and that is why Flashpoint is my favorite Flash and DC comic overall. So yeah, I love you, faggots. I'm out. I'm out. Mwah. Thank you for having me. You're a real nigger, Seth. I love you. Love you, family. I love you, brother. Bye. I'm gonna leave now. I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now. I love you. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye, babe. I'm out. Love you. I'm out, baby.
Alright, so in the number 1 spot of this list, and the number 1 spot in my personal list as well, we have the Death in the Family story arc. I don't know, like, this storyline or story arc just fucking made me, like, it made me kind of cringe and, like, get so excited. Like, it's one of those emotions where you just can't explain how you feel because of how fucking amazing it is. Because for me, after reading a lot of the Jason Todd comics, basically I have got such an emotional bond towards him, or like I adapted to him, and I had such a strong emotional bond towards him, and he was just fucking amazing. I loved him. And basically, for you guys who don't know what happens, basically this storyline, the Death in Family story arc, revolves around the second Robin and the second Robin, basically Jason Todd, who he gets killed by the Joker. And what happens is one day the Joker kidnaps him and beats him in a warehouse with a crowbar until his bloody pulp is gone. Let me rephrase that. He beats him to a bloody pulp, and then after all that, he blows him up, and that's just fucking amazing. If you do watch the movie, what do you call it? I forgot the fucking name. Crap. No, yeah, I know it again. Batman Under the Red Hood. If you watch that movie, you will see what I'm talking about. It kind of gives you a representation of who Jason Todd is and how he grows into a character. And I think more of the DC fan base knows Jason Todd more instead of him being the second Robin. They might know him as that, but they kind of like him better. And he's more known as Red Hood, the vigilante type of bad guy, one of the villains in the DC universe. Because what happens is after he gets killed by the Joker, he comes back via the Lazarus Pit. Ra's al Ghul revives him, and then he comes back as another character, Red Hood, a type of vigilante type of crime fighter. I wouldn't call Red Hood a good guy because he does kill and he is not afraid to hurt people. But then, in the sense, he is also kind of he fights for the right things. He's kind of like fights with the wrong crowd, but doesn't do bad things on his own. So I wouldn't call him a good guy, but I would call him a vigilante, just like Deadpool and everything. But then I just love him so much. He's amazing, and Jason Todd is one of my favorite vigilantes in like the comic universe, not only DC universe but the comic universe, and he's also my favorite Robin. But that's about it, and yeah. Alright, so if you guys did enjoy that, drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all the jazzy things. Thank you once again to Tony and Chase for joining me for this top 9. And if you guys did enjoy this, do all this as I just said. And if you have any questions about this, drop them down in the comment section below, or tweet at me at AceJoker, R on the Joker. And yeah, I'll be sure to respond. Yeah, once again, I hope you guys did enjoy. We will be hopefully doing more of these if you guys did enjoy it. And yeah, it was really fun to make, and it was something different, and I did enjoy as well. But yeah, anyway, until next time, I will catch all of you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.